Right, so since Liverpool missed out on Yan Diamonde, who wants to go to PSG, we know why we want to assign Yan Diamonde. He plays left and right. Our right position is still vacant, nobody to occupy it. So let us look at 7 players that can actually come in and do this job perfectly. Now, 7 players that Liverpool can actually go for, 1 or 2 of them, to fill that position, because we need more than one person going to next season. First of all, the person that is topping that list is Barcola. Now, Barcola is 23 years old. We know that PSG say they want about 120 million pounds for this guy. He's from France, last season he had 13 goals, 17 assists, even though he is not a constant in PSG. He's not somebody who plays, he's not a starter in PSG. He got about 17, let's say 20 goal output contribution. He's the most rated in this group, Another person that might fit that bill is Minteh. I have mentioned Minteh several times in my videos if you're following me, and he is one person that can actually come in. He has Premier League experience. This guy is 21 years old. His price will be about 60 million pounds. That would not be too much for Liverpool to cough out, and he plays with his left foot, so he will prefer to play from the right wing. That is why I think he's going to be fitting this bill. All right, but the problem with Minteh is the fact that his goal output last season wasn't that much. I don't think he got up to 10 goal contribution last season, so that is the challenge for Minteh. But the thing is that this guy is very exciting. He can show up in dangerous places, create chances, so I think this is somebody, if Ariola work very well with him, we can actually get the best from Minteh. Right, another person is Said Al Mala. This guy is 40 million pounds according to Footmob, rating, and he's 19 years old, 6 foot. He plays for Cologne and he's a left footer. He plays with his right foot and also he plays on the left wing. But the thing about this guy is the fact that if you look at his goal contribution last season, 13 goals, 5 assists, and like I said before, one thing about this guy is that even though he plays from the left, he can also play as a striker. So even if you're getting this guy, he can be someone who can come in, because there's no Ugo Ekitike right now. Yes, he can play also with his both foot, so we can actually bring him in. And again, he's a 19 years old, so we can actually bring him to see how we can blend him into this team. And I think that this guy is a very good option. Like I said, he's not too expensive. He's 19 years old. He has already rejected, Brentford, who wanted to sign him. He said he doesn't want to go to Brentford. He wants to go to a better team. So maybe Liverpool can actually look into this guy and see if we can bring him up to Liverpool and see how we can help the team, especially now that Ugo Ekitike is not there. Tias Fernandez Pardo is another player we can look into, 60 million pounds according to the market right now. He plays for Lille. Mostly he's a center forward, and he is actually 21 years old. He plays with his right foot, so mostly he's going to be going to the left. All right, he is actually goal contribution last season is 15, 80 goals, 7 assists, which is not bad. But he's, like I said, he plays from the left. He spends most times playing, from the left, and he can actually play as a center forward, which we actually need right now for someone who can actually come in for Ugo Ekitike. Now, this guy is someone that we believe that Liverpool is looking up to, and he's somebody that can actually play in 2 different positions. So Liverpool can actually consider bringing this guy into the team. From what we are seeing, we discover that there are not much right or left wingers or left footers in the wingers market right now, because most people play with their right leg, right foot, and they play from the left wing. But another player that is mentioned is Basoma Traore. He's a Cote d'Ivoire player. He plays for Hoffenheim. He plays from the left wing. He uses his right foot, but this guy is also another cheap option. Now, this guy is 20 years old and he had about 17 goals contribution last season, 5 goals and 12 assists. Now, why I'm bringing this guy into this list is the fact that this young man, he can actually help Isaac and whoever is our striker gets goals, because we saw that he got more assists last season. Now, he can play anywhere also across the front 3 from what we are hearing. He can actually go to the right, he can actually go to the left, but most is a specialist when it comes to playing from the left. Now, this guy is going to improve. He can dribble very well. He's very strong, Let's see if Liverpool wants to get this guy, but he's somebody that we can actually bring in to help the team. Isco Cancelo, we know this Portuguese player, play for Portugal national team. Even currently in the World Cup, he has already have one goal. He's 23 years old and he's playing currently for Juventus. His asking price is around £40 million, and he's also a left footer. This is a natural left footer that can play from the right wing, and this guy can actually come in, for Mo Salah, because we need somebody who is a left footer. In fact, I would prefer a specialist left footer than bringing in a right footer to come and play that place. Now, this guy, the problem with this guy is the fact that his goal contribution is very poor. Last season wasn't the best for him. He had only 4 goals and 5 assists in 42 appearances, so that is not really the best we would have been looking for. Now, but in the World Cup, we have seen that he can be very effective. He came in one of those games and gave Portugal the winning goal. So I think this guy is actually somebody that can actually develop with time and can progress. I don't know, but I see he has the potential that can actually go far. If because of his age, I think he can actually develop around 23 years old. Maybe if with the right management, he can actually go, into a better season. The last player I'll be talking about is going to be Rayan. Rayan is a 19 years old player who is a Brazilian and also plays for Bournemouth. Now, most people don't know about Rayan because he only has about six months in Bournemouth, and most people don't even pay attention to Bournemouth except, look at the flashy players. Now, why we are even recognizing this Rayan right now because of Rafinha's injury, and we have seen him coming in for Brazil as a 19 years old playing for the World Cup. Now, if you look at his outputs for a player who didn't have, a full consistent season, who is 19 years old in the Premier League, he has 7 goals and 2 assists. That's about 9 goals. That's nine goals contribution. And like I said, he's about 19 years old currently, and the asking price will be around 100 million pounds. Now, one thing we realize is that he's a left footer, so he's going to be a natural fit for that right position. So he's playing right wing, but the drawback is going to be, will Bournemouth sell this guy at this point? Because from January 2027, his asking price, his release clause is going to be 130 million pounds. So it's going to be a lot of money. Will Liverpool ready to pay that kind of money for Rayan at this point? That's a lot of questions many people will be asking, But this guy is someone who will fit naturally in that position. So, and I think that because Andoni Raiola have coached him in the past, so he might know how to bring out the best in Rayan. So if you look at these 7 players I just mentioned, to me, who will come into my ranking, my first player to rank is going to be Rayan. Now, because Rayan is a left footer, because Rayan is 19 years old, and I think he can still develop and improve more further, and Andoni Raiola know this guy, so I think he can bring out the best from him. All right, number 2 is going to be Minteh. Now, I picked these 2 players above Barcola for a reason. Both of them are left footers. Now, Minteh, even though his output last season wasn't the best, but he's a left footer. He's 21 years old. He knows the Premier League. He can improve. He can dribble. He can go into strategic places, dangerous positions. All he needs is just the proper instruction. I think Minteh, there's a lot to get from Minteh. Then I can be looking at the likes of Barcola. Now, why I bring in Barcola as my 3rd option is the fact that Barcola output is very good. He has experience, Champions League, World Cup, he has won everything, and especially except for the World Cup, I think he can actually improve better, even though he's a right footer, he can actually still play from the left. Then I'll go for Cancelo as my 5th option or my 4th option at this point now, because I think Cancelo also has a lot of potential. If you watch him play, even though he's not a regular in Portugal, but I think he can actually improve. Then I'll go for Traore as my 5th option. Then El Mala can go with my 6th option before Fernando Spada, because Fernando Spada is more of a striker. So what do you think in the comment section? Who do you think we should bring in at this point? Put a comment in the comment section, guys.